Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and up to this point, you've been doing a lot to begin understanding the internship that you have found yourself in, where you're going to be looking to design a supply pod for the International Disaster Aid Group that will service hard to reach places hit by natural disaster. And though this is a fictional problem that we're going to be looking to solve as mechanical engineers, professionals in training often participate in simulations such as this to practice the skills needed for the job and begin when given a real world assignment. Now, though this may be fictitious, it's going to be important for you to really take on the role of mechanical engineer and apply what you know about force and motion to solve this real world problem. As you dive into this real world problem, we're going to be breaking down this internship into three phases. There's the research phase, where you're going to be seeking out information to better understand the problem and designing this supply pod. There's going to be the design phase, where you apply what you've researched, what you've learned towards building, testing, and analyzing your supply drop pod that you've designed and made. And then there's the proposal phase, which is this final phase here, where you're going to be writing a proposal describing the evidence from your research and tests on how your supply pod is the best and meeting the three criteria. The criteria that you have been introduced to by Nisa Carr, and the criteria that we are going to look at one last time and think about in terms of how we will go about designing our pod. Now, we know that criteria is a standard by which something may be judged. We know that our project will have three criteria, each of them important. One will be to minimize cargo damage. Minimize means to lower or to have as low as possible. One will be to minimize the shell damage and to minimize the damage in condition which the shell is left after it hits the ground. The last is going to be minimize the overall cost of your design. All three things will be your overall goal, or in other words, criteria, the standard by which we judge your design to see if it's important and to see if the design you made is useful. We're going to take one last look here at criteria and think about how we're going to go about designing our supply pod. And then we are going to dive right into the research phase, where we look to understand the problem a little bit more so we can best design this pod for people in need. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.